Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Tragedy in Novi tonight. A father says he came home to find his young child had been killed and his wife severely hurt. Off the top at 11 tonight, Novi police say both the toddler and mother suffered severe physical trauma.
The father called 911 right around 5:30 p.m. from inside the family's home on Sevilla Circle near 12 Mile in Napier. Coco McAboy is there live tonight. And Coco, are police saying anything at all about a possible suspect?
No, police are not saying anything about a suspect at this time, but we do know that the toddler passed away and the mother is in the hospital. Now, you can see that there's still an active scene out here as police investigate. You can see they have the area blocked off as they try to figure out what exactly happened here. Tonight, an act of violence killed a toddler and injured the child's mother. Police say a man called 911 this evening, saying when he got home, he found his wife and child in very bad condition. Cops immediately surrounded the house on Sevilla Circle.
So I seen a lot of cops around and they blocked the road. I was really surprised.
Ranadir Gurupati lives in the neighborhood and cannot believe the news.
I'm in a terrible shock right now, so I can't, I don't know how to express my feelings right now, but I feel sorry for them and I pray.
Police say both victims had severe physical trauma. The toddler was pronounced dead at the scene and the mother was taken to the hospital. Her condition is unknown.
We never expected this to happen in this community, and I never seen an incident like this happen.
Neighbors say they would often see the family walking down the street with their toddler in the summertime.
I don't know what went wrong there.
As of right now, police don't have an exact answer either, and they're investigating to get to the bottom of what happened and why. You can see police have caution tape around the home where this tragedy happened. We'll, of course, keep in contact with police throughout the weekend. And as soon as we have more information, we'll make sure to update you. Reporting live this evening, I'm Coco McAboy, Local 4.
Yeah, updates on air and online as well. Thank you so much, Coco. We're following more breaking news now. This in from Detroit's West Side. 7 Mile Road closed at Telegraph after a two-car crash. That crash sent one of the cars into a utility pole, knocking out power to the traffic light. DTE crews are there. They're on the scene right now trying to restore power. We're still waiting on any word of any possible injuries and also the cause of the crash as well.
One night after a U.S. airstrike killed a top Iranian general, reports out of Iraq tonight say there has been another airstrike in Baghdad, this time targeting two cars carrying Iran-backed militia. It comes just hours before pro-Iranian protests have been planned in the region. Richard Engel in Iraq tonight with the latest.
The aftermath shows an attack that was deliberate and sustained. With around a half dozen explosions, the Americans firing with drones clearly didn't want to miss their target, Iran's general Qasem Soleimani. He'd reportedly just gotten into Iraq from Beirut and was leaving Baghdad airport when he was killed in a convoy of vehicles along with a top Iraqi militia leader. President Trump tonight.
Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel, but we caught him in the act and terminated him.
Qasem Soleimani was no ordinary general. The U.S. officially classified him as a terrorist, but in Iran, he was a national hero. Specifically, Soleimani was in charge of spreading Iranian influence around the world. Anytime Iran attacked oil tankers in the Persian Gulf and then denied it, or attacked oil facilities in Saudi Arabia and denied that too, U.S. officials saw Soleimani's handiwork. His power made Iranians proud. Today, Iranians in the thousands came out to show their love and their anger. For years, Soleimani operated in the shadows, and he spilled a lot of American blood. He was the secret architect of a long campaign against U.S. troops in Iraq after the 2003 invasion, killing hundreds. Iran's top Ayatollah visited Soleimani's family and promised severe revenge. The most immediate concern is in Baghdad, where Shiite militia leaders loyal to Soleimani, the same militias that for days attacked the U.S. embassy, will take to the streets tomorrow to mourn and show their rage.
And tonight, an Iraqi security official tells us there's been yet another American airstrike on a convoy, this one a convoy of Iraqi Shia militia leaders, the same Shia militias who are expected to protest in Baghdad, not far from the U.S. Embassy, an angry demonstration that now could be a lot worse, a lot more dangerous. Richard Engel, NBC News, Erbil.
Now, Senator Gary Peters is the ranking member of the Homeland Security Committee, and tonight he talked to us about his focus going forward.
What we know is that this attack certainly will likely bring some sort of retaliatory attack. My focus is on making sure that U.S. personnel are protected, our forces and our diplomatic folks are protected in the Middle East, but also to make sure we're safe here in the homeland.
Coming up on Sunday, Chuck Todd will speak with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo about the airstrike. You can watch that here on Local 4 at 10:30 Sunday morning, immediately following Flashpoint.
It is looking like a wet start to the weekend. Ben has been talking about tracking snow and now rain possibly, right, moving into the area.
That's going to be first on the menu, but it's really not going to be all that impressive. So even though it's going to be out there, we see it on radar, there's still some dry air that this has to overcome. And then it is going to transition to snow, but there's not going to be a ton of moisture for this to work with. Here's the timing. As we get towards 6 a.m., that large sort of swath of rain that you were looking at on radar, that's going to be past us. And then we're going to start seeing some snow showers develop here between about 6 and 8 a.m. A lot of the models have focused in on this area south of M59 for the metro and south zones. You may see a quick burst of some slushy snow here, but by noontime, we're pretty much done. Maybe a little bit of a mix still left there in the south zone, and then we'll see some scattered stuff in the afternoon. Notice temperatures not going anywhere tomorrow, only moving at about 4 degrees from the low to the high. We'll be done with the sustained stuff by noon, but another shot of snow on Sunday. So we'll look at totals for the weekend and where temperatures go from here in a few minutes. Devin?
Thank you, Ben. So could the man responsible for contaminating a site in Madison Heights that resulted in hazardous chemicals seeping into the groundwater have done it elsewhere?
That is what the state is now investigating. Mara McDonald live tonight in Madison Heights with the latest update from the EPA on the situation there. Mara?
Guys, take a look. They now have this entire area fenced off. They've got the signage up calling it a U.S. EPA Superfund site. But I want to point your attention elsewhere. You look beyond the fence line. You see that big red container over there. EPA confirms for us that so far it has pumped more than 11,000 gallons of contaminated groundwater out of here and into containers just like that. The EPA continued taking soil samples at the now shuttered and fenced off electroplating services.
The soil borings around the facility will tell us if we have groundwater migrating in any other direction.
The goal now is to figure out how far the contaminated groundwater has traveled. What's leaking from this building is hexavalent chromium, which is cancer causing. It's used in the plating process. Gary Sayers, who owns this building, has been found guilty of polluting and is heading to prison this month. But Sayers also owns other properties, including one on Laurie Road here in Deckerville, where Sanilac Emergency Management was today and where Eagle will be next week. The county is concerned because a drum has been found which housed a hazardous chemical compound on his property. But Eagle was out here 2 years ago to inspect and determined that while the drum may be here, it does not appear Sayers dumped anything. Could that have changed in the intervening 2 years? That's what Eagle will be checking. Back here live, you had to know this was coming. House Appropriations Chair Shane Hernandez, state rep, says that his committee in Lansing is now going to take up hearings on exactly what Eagle knew about this facility, as well as that property in Sanilac County, and whether that department's reaction to all of this was appropriate. We're live in Madison Heights tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. 3 people rushed to the hospital tonight after a violent crash on Detroit's east side. A truck and an SUV collided. This happened just before 6 on Mount Vernon and Brush. A neighbor says he heard a loud noise, and then when he looked outside, he found both vehicles on their sides with the drivers trapped.
Ran outside the door, and then I seen, all of a sudden I hear somebody beating on the window, and I end up opening the back window, the back hatch, get the one gentleman out. He said there's somebody else in the vehicle. And then I ran inside the vehicle personally and pulled the other guy out.
All 3 victims remain in the hospital tonight. Police tell us they're still trying to figure out exactly what caused that crash.
A man who barricaded himself inside a West Bloomfield hotel on New Year's Day is now facing domestic violence charges. Police say 37-year-old Jeremy King barricaded himself for hours at the Hampton Inn on Orchard Lake near Northwestern Highway. King remains in the Oakland County Jail tonight. If he's released on bail, he would be required to wear a GPS tether. We will continue to follow the story, but again, that all of the excitement that so many people saw and were wondering what had happened at the Hampton Inn out in West Bloomfield.
Deputies turn to new technology to try to track down a missing Metro Detroit woman in the woods.
New tonight, the video that shows the moment deputies found her.
I couldn't see anything. It had the headlights covered, so I couldn't even see in front of me, really, and it was smearing.
A mystery substance causing trouble for drivers in Ohio. What's causing it and why the weather is only making it worse.
But first, it's more than 90 years old, still looks as great as ever. We'll go inside this local gym next in Uniquely Detroit.